Check it out. When I wiggle my ears, my whole scalp moves. Anyway, welcome guys. So today this is actually post commentary on a round that I recorded yesterday. I've been collecting new footage for the Mercury since there's been a couple new weapons that have been released, and I still haven't been able to get to my Mercury tutorial. But I hit record and I was just trying to get some good footage of it and everything. This ended up being a pretty good round for it. But anyway, so this is a free-for-all round, and this is not on my regular account. This is on the press account. I was just messing around on free-for-all with it with a few different things, just for funsies and everything. Just trying to get footage from a couple of different sources, so that when I do my review and tutorial of the Mercury, then we can make it work. But so I tried to steal the kill from this guy initially, and then I tried to stick as close to the cover as I could so that I could avoid him when he was going to jump, and then waited to be able to use my hell dive for that to happen. So seeing this other Spectre coming in, then I figured we could probably do the same dance, just work really close to this cover so that he can't get an angle on me, or maybe occasionally try to get an angle on him kind of thing, and wait for the right opportunity and then use my my hell dive ability to be able to take him out. So that's exactly what I did right here again, and he's gone. So just line up and take him out. But anyway, so I've been having a lot of fun with the Mercury. I've been running it a lot. It's one of my favorite bots right now in the game, and not tons of people have it because they, haven't made them very widely available. But for those of, I have seen people running them, and I like seeing them on the battlefield. They're fun to see out there and everything. So right here, I was just hiding behind cover until I knew exactly what it was that I was coming up against. And luckily, so he tried to use his dash, but luckily I got him just in time with my hell dive ability and took him down, so that by the time my stealth came off and he was able to get his target lock, I was able to take him out. So we've got another Bulgasari with full health coming up here, and so I dropped down the ramp, also seeing this guy over here moving up on us as well, but I dropped down the ramp to avoid fire from him, and then just try to take some pot shots at him to see what he's about to do, because if he keeps trying to engage me like he is right now, then I wanted to make sure that I was going to, I was trying to tempt him to come my way, because if I could one-on-one with him, I knew that I could take him out between the hell dive ability and then the high DPS of Thunders and Gusts. So with that Kamiho going the other way, I'm just checking I'm checking all around me, which is good free-for-all strategy. Make sure you're keeping your head on a swivel kind of thing whenever you're in free-for-all. And then moving on to try to find a new target to acquire. And he's my closest one so far, but when someone just got taken out, so I was just making sure that I wasn't going to have a spawn in directly behind me. So just making sure that that wasn't the case. So always check your distance between targets and check your sight lines and everything before moving in. I knew that Kamiho was running Terrans and then everyone else is on the lower deck, so I was free to just walk out here into the open. But most of the time there's going to be somebody with Scourges or Shock Trains, especially if you're in Champion League, that's able to come and get you. And so with these bots both down here, I can hit them even if they're down in the tunnels below. So that's something, they think that they're safe, but from the hell dive ability, it actually, and I'll talk about this when I do my tutorial for the Mercury, but the hell dive ability actually has a 64 meter targeting range. And actually I would have taken less damage from this guy if I had just came up and faced him like right away, right off the bat. So what I should have done, so right here I was actually checking to make sure that I had hit, that I had actually hit record. Because it was a good round. I already have 6 kills just with the Mercury. And so I was like, oh, please say I hit it, because I actually didn't remember hitting the record button, which I do literally all the time because I'm me. But anyway, yeah, so these the floors on the carrier map, they're actually small enough that you can really do a lot of damage to people underneath. Or even if you have someone directly up above you, if you can actually hit them with Orkans because it's less than 10 meters. So, but they have to be directly above you for that hit to be able to register. But yeah, so with the Mercury, it actually makes for really easy targets underneath, because they could be all the way down on the floor underneath you, and you can still take them out. So the Spectre was the Spectre with Orkans is one I put in just because I knew I was going to be doing free for all. I was planning on running like 2 or 3 matches because I never run free for all. This is probably only like this round right here is probably only like my third No, maybe not third. Maybe I've done like 5 free-for-all rounds or something like that since it's been released. But I just don't really like the mode that much. My preferred thing in this game is team play, and so that's what I tend to lean towards. So I usually do random mode. I don't do free-for-all mode very much because of that. Not that it can't be fun, but it's not my bread and butter. So poaching kills. That's unfortunately what free-for-all mode is most about right now. I mean, it'd be nice if there could be some kind of balance between, you know, like damage output and stuff like that, but I'm not sure exactly how they would be able to implement that as the game is right now. So you guys will have to let me know what you think about that. So I'm just making sure that that guy behind me isn't coming up on us too fast and trying to track what he's doing and where he's going. And then this guy, trying to not take too much damage from him. I knew I was going to have to take some. And I knew he had his dashes as well, but I had to do something because I knew that guy was coming up on my 6. And so I had to do something to be able to move on with my life, I guess. And so jumping towards him and spooking him into the tunnel was the only thing I could think of at the moment. I'm sure there's other things I probably could have done, but that's what I decided to go for. Boom. So got the kill there, but then that guy was able to sneak up the ramp behind me. So the Pursuer is the other. So the Pursuer is the thing I've been loving in the game the most. For the last like week or so, I've actually been running it on both of my accounts. So on my regular account, I have a level 12 Pursuer. But actually, what I'm going to start doing now, like today, is I'm going to actually try to max Mark II my Gust on my normal account, so that even though I just have like a level 12 Pursuer, like I still have the really, really high damage output that's able to bring. So anyway, that's my plan. So on here, obviously on my press account, everything is max Mark II. Sorry, I just heard my kids coming in the door over there. It's hard because I'm in a room that's like right off of the outside door, and so because since we had the baby, I haven't been able to do very much of it. So you see that guy, he just took himself out instead of letting me take him out. And it's probably because he dropped in with a clanmate. Like they're probably coordinating it so that like one of them can, you know, get up on top. Then they have one less kill to overcome. That's something I wish they would get rid of. Like, I don't know, being able to take your bots out or whatever. Like, and I'm not sure how they would do that on the carrier map, but I don't know. I think that's kind of lame that people are able to do that. And I'm not necessarily blaming these guys. They're playing the game how it's built, but just not my preference. I wish they would do something about it. So anyway, the rest of the round here winds up pretty boring. It's just basically like peekaboo because these guys don't want to die, but they also want to get me. But they're also on the same team or from the same clan, you know, even though they're playing against each other and everything. So, but anyway, the rest of the round doesn't end up very, very fun. But so I guess we'll talk about some other stuff while we play peekaboo with these guys. So things that I'm pushing for right now on the back end, because I know a lot of you guys usually ask like, you know, Stu, like, can you do this, or hey, can you talk to the devs about that? And realize I'm not an employee of Pixonic, and I have very, very little control. I actually have zero control over how the game is developed. But there are avenues that I can at least voice my opinion, and I try to do that frequently. And I try to provide like data and all kinds of random stuff for that to happen. And yeah, so I figured we could just take a second and I could let you know kind of like what I'm pushing for right now. The things that I'm pushing for is changes in King of the Hill. And I've talked about this with you guys, and I'll probably talk about it in my live stream that I do tonight. So it's Tuesday for me, but anyway, yeah, we'll talk about that then. But what I'm hoping to accomplish with that is that the game mode get changed so that it's less predictable, because as it is right now, it's very predictable. And one of the biggest detriments, or one of the biggest things that keeps the game mode from being fun for a lot of people, is that it's hurting people's battle averages. And so people they don't have incentive to to step up and start playing the game like how it should be playing, because they're just worried about padding their damage. And that shouldn't be the case in a game mode, especially where, you know, your battle average is barely counted for, you know, with anything. It's like it shouldn't have like an effect on your stats and everything. So that's just my opinion. And then they should also add a second neutral beacon. So the center beacon is the neutral beacon on every map, right? But I think they should add another like center beacon or like stagger them so that there's like two center beacons kind of thing, so that it is less predictable like gameplay wise, you know. So, and then it could be random, like which center beacon it starts at, and then it's still random, like which direction on the map it takes after that center beacon kind of thing. But then it's set after that where it goes. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. I'm hoping that there's some changes that are able to be made. And on carrier map, for example, there's some mechanics changes that definitely need to be made. So I'm working on that, and then a couple other things that I'm providing feedback with and everything. But anyway, if you guys like the video, kind of a short one today, but if you guys like the video and if you want to see some more Mercury gameplay, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and drop a comment below. Let me know. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. We'll see you later.